Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins. I'm Trevor Hankins.
And I'm Rachel Wells.
and we're doing What's in My Bag Part 2, the discussion. A week ago was Free Comic Book Day, and the four of us went to, I guess, different stores, obviously, because Rachel's in Philadelphia, and we talked about the books that we found, and actually the boys found a couple of books since then that were part of Free Comic Book Day,
Oh.
and yeah, bonus. And so we're going to talk about the books that we got. So did anybody get the same book?
I
Yeah.
know Paul and I got Unicorn Crush.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys want to talk about Unicorn Crush?
All right.
I figured we would go like person by person, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or should we talk about the same comics?
I just thought maybe we could mix it up, but if you want to go person by person, then you start. Go.
Okay, so I'll probably go in order of when I read them, except for these two, Mighty Nine and Wand Dance, which
Okay.
I read in previous years, so I'm not going to read them again.
All right.
My husband picked those up, so you can
Oh.
blame him. Um,
Dom.
Star Wars, Star Wars number one, which there's been many of those, it turns out. This is just the most recent one.
Yeah.
I like the art in this one. The art's pretty nice looking. Story, I don't know. I feel like anything past like the main movies in terms of Star Wars content, the story just kind of loses me. Um, it's just like, not really. uh, I guess it's just I'm not absorbed into the world as much, I guess. But
Right.
I like the art at least, especially this cover. This cover's really nice.
Was it a
Um,
was it a
also,
was it a real comic book or just a preview comic book?
I think it was just a little like snippet.
Okay.
It was like it's actually two stories, two separate stories.
All right.
Good. I was just curious.
What was it? What was I gonna say? We didn't have our cat the last free comic book day, and I've learned this year that he has a taste for comic.
All right.
He's chewed on many of them. So I'll probably give these for him to chew on when I'm done. I'm just kidding. No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, at least I tried that one. One Piece, Ace's was it Ace's story? The manga.
I
This was
read that
fun.
as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you picked that up too. Um, I did like this one. It's like a little story about how Ace got his devil fruit powers.
Yeah.
And
It's interesting seeing it's interesting seeing like the One Piece art style filtered through Doctor Stone.
it is. The artist is Boichi, who made Dr. Stone. And I do like his art, but there's something where like Ace, let me find a good example. Maybe it's in the beginning here. Like the main, if for those who haven't watched or read Doctor Stone, the main character, Doctor Stone, has this shit-eating grin on his face for basically the whole time, and I can see that same grin in Ace, like right here, and I'm just like, can you just go for like one issue without this particular expression? But I still liked it. It was fun. Did you read this, Dom?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
What else?
Uh,
Asterix,
uh,
which is one my husband. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
there was also had a preview for Status Royale. Uh,
Oh, I tried that and I skipped it.
I
Wasn't my thing.
yeah, I read it and I personally couldn't get into it.
I guess. Well, that's two of us. What
So
was it?
anyway,
Asterix. My husband picked this one up because he liked the comic as a kid. I guess it was a newspaper comic. I never heard of it. Apparently, it's French.
yeah.
From the 60s?
I think it started in 1959 is what I
Right,
read.
okay.
So
Yeah.
basically the 60s.
Yeah.
It's
I
very in that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. I wanted to pick that one up, but I couldn't get it at
Uh,
either of the stores I went to. So I bought the actual thing.
Aww.
Jumped ahead.
It's funny. You can see some really clear bite marks, like
Yeah.
right here. I seem to like this one. This comic is super charming. Like the style is really cute. Like
Yeah.
it reminds me of Bone or like Pogo. Like definitely a Disney influence.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the wordiest comic of all of the ones that I picked up. Like it's got like little write-ups for each page, or like at least most of the pages. Like it's got like a theme about like talking about sports. And just look at all of this.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm reading a novel. But I still had fun reading it, you know.
All right.
How's the
Yeah.
book? Did you read
Uh,
that one in time?
I just read Asterix and the Olympic Games because I think that's what that. And,
Yeah, basically.
I after reading it, I was like, why didn't I read this sooner? But,
It's very cute. The thing is, it's French, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to say asterisk or astérisque.
Wow. I didn't know they had a different pronunciation.
I don't.
You would think, right? Because you say like prix, like compris.
Right.
I think. I don't know.
Do you speak
Anyway.
French?
I wish.
Okay.
I
So
wish
that's a
me
no.
someday.
Okay. All right.
Next is Unicorn Crush, which was utterly charming.
Yes.
I love it so much. It's just like I love kids comics because they're super simple to read. Like there's no like pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
It just kind of gets to the point, you know. Let me pull up my favorite pages before the show. It's just very like it's just a lot of fun. There's kind of like it's kind of nonsensical, or like it could be a little sarcastic at times, but like in that fun kid way.
Yeah.
I like it. I would read more of this.
Yeah, I've been reading Phoebe and the Unicorn through the collections, and
Aw.
I really like it.
And the other thing is like Phoebe gets a crush on this other unicorn, and like who wouldn't? Just look at him. Just look.
Yeah. I thought it was funny
great.
that the Unicorn of Death is his family name.
You know, sometimes we have like sometimes we have interesting last names. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It just like shows how diverse we are as a species.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Next, another unicorn themed comic, Unicorn.
I think it's
Picked this up because that's right. Yeah,
I believe it's pronounced Unico.
you're right. It's Unico.
So they want to
I guess
reread
this
it,
is Unico is a it's by Tezuka, Osamu Tezuka, but I guess this is a Western comic.
Yeah, it's
It's about his origin.
a Western retelling.
Yeah, and it's just gorgeous. The art is top shelf stuff. I like it a lot. The story is interesting. I believe this comic is set. It's not out yet. It's set to come out in like eventually.
Yeah.
What?
Kuma, get down from there! Jesus Christ! Stay up on the fridge. Anyway, highly recommended.
Did you
Yeah,
like it?
I liked it.
All right.
What's next? Another Star Wars comic, Young Jedi. Didn't like this one. I picked it up because it was Star Wars. It was Star Wars Day.
Yeah, it was
But,
May the 4th. Yeah.
But again, the story just didn't grab me. The art style is a little stiff. Not my favorite. It's just like whatever. I'm just not a Star Wars person. I guess. I tried it. There was a Plants vs Zombies comic
Yeah.
in the back though, which is like I'm also not like a Plants vs Zombies person, but one thing that was funny to me is that they showed this one zombie named Zomboss, I guess, taking
Yeah.
on different professions. and one of them is Zom Ross, or he's Bob Ross. I thought that was cheeky. That was quite cheeky.
I mentioned with Star Wars Expanded Universe stuff, I also have a harder time getting into a lot of that. But I did like the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars.
That's true. That was a good one.
Yes.
And I also liked Star Wars Visions because that lets you see Star Wars through the lens of different creators.
Yeah, Star Wars Visions is probably the exception to that rule, right? They don't like extended universe stuff, because that stuff was awesome.
Yes.
Except season 2, we tried it and we fell out of it. Not that it was bad. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Not as
same,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. The Aardman one
Great.
is really good.
Yeah.
Was it Penny Arcade and there was Count Dedu or something like
Yeah.
that? Some
Darth Undeadu.
the undead. It was Undeadu or something.
Say hi, Dom. Next up is Investigators, which another kid comic is my favorite one of the bunch because it has activities.
Oh boy. Did you do any?
They went the extra mile, you know.
Yeah.
Did you do any
It's a
activities?
story about. Oh, you bet I did the activities. Look, the maze. It was
Oh,
hard, but I came through.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We knew you could do it.
So anyway.
Investigators is about alligators that investigate stuff.
Oh.
And it's very like Inspector Gadget. And again, it's super cute. They have like it has these things with backronyms.
Yeah.
Where it's like they take a word and make an acronym out of it.
Yeah.
Like what is it? They have like their little what is it? They have SUIT, which is Special Undercover Investigation Team. That's their organization, and it's precious. I love stuff like this. It just makes my heart warm. It just warms my little heart, my cold little heart.
Yeah.
Anyway, next is Turning Red combined with Encanto.
All right.
The Turning Red comic's a little short in the beginning. There's not really much to it. But it's fine, I guess. Encanto was more fun. Gosh, what do I like better, Encanto or Turning Red? They're both pretty good, but I'm kind of partial to Encanto as a movie, just cause like it has arepas in it, and I love arepas.
Yeah,
And
between
the
the
music helps, I think.
between the two movies, I liked Encanto more.
Yeah.
It has nice art. This comic, a lot of fun stuff. The story's like okay, but overall I liked it. I had fun. There was no Luisa though. This is false advertising. None of these two characters are in the comic, so I'm suing Disney.
Good luck with that.
Next was Doctor Who. My husband picked this up. I probably wouldn't have picked it up otherwise, but I did like it. The art is gorgeous, which is kind of it's a little deceiving because the cover is just like a cop-out photo, which is like, come on, just make a cover. But the inside, like the art is really nice. Like this color is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Which
and it has
doctor is that?
actually has a really nice story. It's what is this?
It's the 15th Doctor.
15th Doctor.
Yeah.
What was it? Actually has a really nice story. In terms of like free comic book day comic, like the story I thought was really well done. And this one has like process work on the back,
Ooh.
which is also a lot of fun.
I like seeing those.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, like, in this I don't know how well I can show this to the camera. In this finish page, like a horse, and in the what was it? In a sketch, you can see the horse is like, oh no. He's got a cute little sad face.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, last is probably one of my other favorites, probably my second favorite, Investigators, is Gannibal, which is a manga about a police officer that moves into like a little rural town that has a secret. and I'll let you guess what that secret is.
They're cannibals?
It also has really nice art. Like, it does that manga thing where the first page is painted, or like at least painterly.
Yeah.
And it's like very the overall tone is very like tense and horror-y, and I love horror comics. I don't get enough of them. So I'll probably like figure out how to read this elsewhere. So
Okay.
yeah, glad I picked that one up.
You're looking for horror comics. Have you read Junji Ito?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to Uzumaki coming out, like the animation, eventually.
Yeah. Whenever that actually
I thought
comes
you
out.
picked up 12 books.
Wait, how many did you count?
I wasn't counting, but it didn't seem like 12.
It was probably more. I was probably counting how many I picked up, and my husband picked up some of his own. Like
Alright.
3 or 4.
Okay. Well,
So anyway. So who's next?
well, I can go.
All right.
I picked up 3 books, so we were only allowed 3 at our
Ah,
cheap little bookstore. So the first one is The Cursed Library,
Prelude.
which was sort of one of those, every other page, it seemed like it was a different story. So I was like,
huh.
I was not happy with it. It's an Archie
Oh.
horror presents, and it's, there's like, it just never got my attention. As I say that, it seemed like turn a page, it's like it's a different story. But anyway, I just didn't get into it. Sorry.
Oh well.
Yeah, and I did read this Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Keep going.
Not now.
Yeah, I want to say I liked it. It's been a while since I've read it, like a week, but it was of the 3, it was pretty good.
I believe the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started out as a comic, didn't it?
It did.
Yes. Mirage. Through Mirage Comics. Eastman and Laird.
I have a pizza box signed by
Eastman. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
We were at some convention. He was there. It was like 25. It was a tiny little box like that big. It has like a candied pizza in it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. I can go dig it out if you want to see it.
Ah.
And the other one I picked up, which was, I am of the age where I remember watching Johnny Quest on television. And
Johnny Quest.
it was, I think it was like a 1 season thing. And the artwork is very, of course it's a preview. It's not a whole story. The artwork is very reminiscent of the show. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. And it's this, obviously the same characters and everything. And I don't have any insight into this at all, but it's basically, I don't know if you're familiar with the story. There's a guy named Dr. Quest who's this scientist that does a lot of stuff. He's got a son, Johnny, who the stories are kind of about. Johnny has a Indian friend, Haji. I don't know I don't think they ever explain how they pick him up, but he's with them on all the adventures. And then there's a guy named Race, who is kind of the bodyguard assistant for Dr. Quest. And he always in the show called him Dr. Quest. In the comic book, he calls him Benton, which is, I guess, his first name. And I'm wondering, are they trying to make something more out of the relationship? I don't have no insight, but I could see them, as they like to do with modernizing things, is, was it, make it a woman and make them gay? But so I could see I could see that. It doesn't hint at that, but I could just, but the fact that he's not calling him Dr. Quest kind of was a little,
I feel like
familiar.
People, because like when it comes to these licensed comics, like single issue sort of things, those things are pitched by like a writer, a comic creator, to a publisher. I feel like it's probably just someone trying to make their headcanon come alive.
Yeah, I think that happens sometimes. Yeah.
And the original, like, whoever owns, like, Johnny Quest or whatever is like, cool, it sounds like fun. If it makes us money.
Yeah. And it was, I could see reading, this is, I guess, again, a prelude to another issue. There's some other preludes in here that I didn't read, but I could see potentially reading the issue if it ever comes out. Or when it comes out, I should say.
Is that it?
That's it. I only got 3.
So, I guess I'll go next. Again, I liked Unico. I mentioned even though it's not drawn by Osamu Tezuka, the art style still felt Tezuka-esque.
It does, especially because Tezuka, a lot of his style was influenced by old Disney, especially Bambi, and this art style still feels like Disney reminiscent.
Yeah.
Everything is Disney.
Yeah. And again, I liked this Unicorn Crush preview. So I also got Barkham Asylum, which is a preview. It's a preview for a graphic novel of the same name, but it's about one of Joker's dogs, Juster, who after a raid on Joker's hideout, he and a cat he befriended named Penny, she got roped into it. They can't send the supervillain pets to regular jail, so they have to be sent to Barkham Asylum.
Well, that just makes sense.
No.
We don't actually get to see Barkham Asylum in the preview, but it was kind of fun.
You have to buy the full issue.
Yeah.
The 12-part graphic novel.
I might check out the graphic novel
What
later.
I know is, does Barkham Asylum have adequate squeaky toys?
That is a great question.
And do they walk the dogs?
So then, at another store, I picked up this sampler for Ultra Duck, which I never really heard of until recently. It's an I think the comic book company is Arcana. Yeah, I don't know if that's...
Okay.
Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
But
Let's go with yes.
Yeah. So it's an Arcana book. It's
Our frame of reference is a Yu-Gi-Oh character.
So anyway, so you can probably tell by the cover, it's a superhero comic about a duck.
He looks fabulous.
It's a world of anthropomorphic animals. I felt kind of mixed on Ultra Duck because it feels like I think it's for a sequel book. So I don't have the context of the original Ultra Duck. I thought it at least had some interesting ideas in it and some good artwork. The only thing that bothered me about the writing is it felt like they used commas when they should be using periods.
Oh, do you ever see someone who writes like that online?
Yeah.
You're just like, just gotta move your finger over just one more key.
Yeah. It's the period is right there. So, that's how I feel about.
Okay. So it's Trevor's up.
I said with the Viz sampler, I liked Ace's story. I wasn't sure about reading the fall manga, but I might actually want to now. I didn't like Status Royale personally.
Yeah.
Like I said, really liked that this isn't Free Comic Book Day, but I liked the one that I read in here. I might actually read the rest.
The marketing worked. They got you to buy.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
The fact we couldn't get it easily. Was really-
Might save, considering whether to save this one for last.
Sure.
One that I picked up at another store was Maleficent.
Ooh.
It's a reprint of the first issue. I thought it was actually kind of interesting what they did with her character. It's like in the first issue, it's like she's shown trying to help someone who was who like got lost in her forest.
Okay.
But then at the end they still remind you that she's still a villain. Like trying to say it right, is like they added some depth to her character while still respecting her depiction in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
This-
I was gonna say, like, Disney saw what like Wicked did, and they're like, we can do that.
we got a witch. Yeah.
But this was actually interesting. They also, of course, tease they have comics based on other villains.
Yeah, they've
What?
been really.
Oh, I'm sure.
They've been pushing the villains
Yeah.
sub line. Like,
You gotta milk that cow for all it's worth.
hell yeah.
They even have their own tabletop game with expansions.
Then you make an animated version of the live action film from the animated.
I learned today that they're coming out with a I guess it's a prequel to the live action Lion King
Yeah.
about Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought no one. I mean, I guess it sold well, but no one liked that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't stop them.
Speaking of, there's a Scar comic.
Whoa! I would read that actually.
They also teased, advertised like Cruella de Vil and Hades comics. Anyway, another one I got at that same store was Street Fighter versus Final Fight. Trying to I don't like read that many Street Fighter comics, but I sometimes pick up like free comic book day ones. This was like a full comic. There was a lot less action than I expected. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like,
And there's no game that gotta be like, okay, let's settle down for a second.
like I know it has I know that Street Fighter actually has lore and stuff, but like a lot of it looks like this. That's not.
Okay, but how many? There might not be much fighters, but how many streets are there?
There's at least a couple streets in there.
Do the streets fight?
Don't they come at the intersections?
At some point it was like, stop talking.
Oh no! Oh no!
But
That's why you got. That's why they're making you pick up. That's what they convince you to pick up the game. They'll know you'd be like, I just want fighting.
I guess they're teasing a final fight thing at the back.
Ooh.
Sorry. I generally felt I liked the artwork was good, but I generally felt mixed about the whole thing.
Right.
Lastly, I got Energon Universe 2024 special. It's a preview of 3 comics from the Energon Universe is Skybound's shared universe with Transformers and G.I. Joe. The fact that it's a shared universe made me hesitate to read too much of it, because it's like I just know that's going to take up a lot of space.
Yeah. Like physical shelf space.
Yeah, like as I learned from when I read the IDW comic.
Honestly, drawing a Transformer comic sounds like a unique kind of hell.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a very, like, you have to be an unhinged person to work on that comic. But I hope you're making a ton of money.
Well, we'll tell our guest that.
Anyway,
You must be unhinged.
so anyway, this is a preview of what's to come in year 2 of the Energon universe. Previewing Transformers, Void Rivals, and G.I. Joe. One thing I still hesitate, even after reading this, like, I still hesitate, but I was still curious enough about what was going on to pick this up.
Yeah.
One thing I like about the Transformers, Skybound's Transformers comic compared to the later years of the IDW comic is that there's actually a lot more action.
Ooh.
Which is
Okay.
like what I expect from Transformers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt mixed about the Void Rivals preview. Then again, I haven't been reading Void Rivals since the first issue. I'm not personally as attached to G.I. Joe, but I thought it was taking it in an interesting direction.
Great.
Anyway, I guess I overall like this, but again, I already expressed my hesitations with reading the actual.
Yeah.
So everybody has a book they would read the more of, right?
Yes.
So let's
Yeah.
let's in case someone's just watching the very end, what book would you read?
Hannibal.
Yeah. All right.
Very exciting.
Okay. I would probably pick up the next Johnny Quest just to relive my childhood, I guess.
I think I would try to read the actual Barkham Asylum.
Gotta go see the actual asylum.
Yeah.
And Trevor's ahead of us already.
Yeah.
You can pick 2.
Right. I read more Ace's story.
Okay.
Fair.
And probably also more Asterix.
That's about the book. Yeah. All right. So is that it?
This one is a maybe.
I already
Maybe.
knew I was gonna read more Phoebe and a Unicorn, so.
Okay. So I guess that wraps up our discussion of Free Comic Book Day books that we picked up
Yes.
in 2024. So I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
And I'm Rachel Wells.
and we'll see you next time.